guys, this is going to be a short reading. So if you want a longer reading, go somewhere, on my YouTube channel and check the other ones out. But for this one, this is going to be short. I don't know how short. It can be 50 minutes or 30 minutes or 50 minutes. We will see. And we're now going to talk about, like, what is the truth behind the person that stopped talking to you? I'm trying to make it as broad as possible. So this can be for someone who is not in love, or it was no ex, or if it was a friendship, or it was an ex, or do you know what I mean? A husband, I don't know. So first we're going to check, is it upright? I ain't gonna lie, this is hard for me. I guess this person has a lot to say already. Why did I want to put that in the front? Interesting. Yay! I'm hungry, guys. I ain't gonna lie. After this, I'm gonna eat. So, I have written it here. So sometimes I'm gonna start reading here. What is the truth behind the person who suddenly stopped talking to the viewer? Fell out reverse. What is the truth? This fell on the Chariot, by the way. What is the truth behind the person? Why is the Chariot reversed? Oh no, I'm going too fast. There needs to be a fourth card. I don't know why, but I hear that. What's the proof behind the person who suddenly stopped talking to the viewer? These two came out together. Then, why is the Chariot reversed? Upright. Why is the Nine of Cups reversed? That's the Nine of Cups, by the way. Why is the Page of... Why did I want to say Page of Wands? But that's the Page of Swords. Why is the Page of Swords upright? This is how it fell. Okay, I guess it wants... This house one. Interesting. Four of Cups. Have you rejected this person? I'm not sure if you are aware that they feel rejected. This is someone over, what's underneath? 5 of Pentacles. Yeah. This is someone that feels extremely rejected. This person has a feeling like you walked away. I hear specific, you walked away. This is not someone that walked away from you. So if you are the one who got ghosted, this reading is most definitely not for you. This is someone that you walked away from. This person feels rejection. But if I need to be absolutely honest, from what I'm seeing from the pals, I'm not entirely sure if they can feel rejected at all. Because in my opinion, I think they kind of did this to themselves. And it sounds very harsh. But there is a way of, let's say, with the Chariot and the 5 of Wands, right? Clearly, they fought for stagnancy. They were not fighting for movement. They were fighting for stagnancy. They wanted stagnancy. This may be someone that there was supposed to be a certain connection with, but they were very stagnant within pursuing it. They were not fighting for it whatsoever. So whatever connection it was, if it was a love connection or a friendship connection or a business connection or whatever, right? They were not fighting for it at all. So I don't really understand this whole pity party that they have about, oh my God, I feel so rejected. Because when I go watch this energy, next to this, right? If they have the Knight of what? I want to keep saying Knight of Pentacles, but Knight of Cups. But again, with Knight of Pentacles, it's like they're not building anything. They're not building anything. So it's like, with this, it's like literally telling you, I don't want to put any emotional labor into this. Their way of their wish fulfillment is not giving to you. This gives me like an individual who doesn't want to give you anything. They don't want to give you love. They don't want to give you emotions. They don't want to give you time, energy, but they do expect anything that they want. Because for them, their wish fulfillment is that they don't need to give you anything. They don't need to give you shit, but you're just going to keep there, sitting there and take it. This is an individual that's like actually very, very fucking entitled. This may even be someone that you have thought about the fact that they did not move anything. For some, I even hear that this is your child. This may be a child that, I'm sorry, but this child didn't do anything. I hear they look like their fucking father. I want to say they look like their father, but for some reason it came out like their fucking father. So if this individual looks like their father, it's not a way that certain moms or dads, you look like your parent, you look like your mom, you look like your dad, not like in that cunty way. No, this is like an individual that they really look like their dad. Like they really look like their dad, like they don't look like their mom, and not in a good way. And I don't hear necessarily a mom say this. I see this like even, let's say if you were, whatever connection you have with this person, right? And you have met their parents. And you're like, yeah, apple does not fall far from that tree, like at all. Then with this, the Page of Swords and the Queen of Cups, like upright, like downward. This is a thing. Even with me want to say with the Queen upright, there is something about you still have them still expect you to give into them. This person has a way of having a certain entitlement. They think, I don't need to give anything emotionally. You should actually give it to me, and I do not need to work for it. They even probably just wanna degrade you any chance that they get. They have like, even if you would show their emotions, but you are aware that better not to show emotions at all with this individual, because even if you were to show emotions, they will be extremely immature with the way that they communicate. Because sometimes Because sometimes with the Page of Swords, this can be someone who's just very, let's say, intrigued, very, how do you say that? I just need to think like a mouse, but it's very, not nosy, but we're gonna keep it at intrigued. I cannot come with the English name right now. But yeah, this is like an individual that is just, you maybe even block this individual. For this one, for some reason I didn't ask clarification cards. This, I think also within that regard, it kind of was laying outside of the rest of the cards. So this is like a next, like a side message. I see this as side message. You being able to clear your mind, and you have made the right choice. If you ask yourself, if blocking them or denying them was the right choice, it was, actually. Because the thing is, if you wouldn't have done it, it would just give you like confusion. You brought yourself to clarity, and that's what you should celebrate, and that's what you should focus on. Because this individual, I'm sorry, but this is just such an immature energy. Let's look further, yeah? What is the truth? Ooh. What is, I did this, but I never do that, and I felt like very cold. This can even be like a very, this connection has been cold for a while. Has been cold for a while. And even if it hasn't been cold for a while, this person feels cold in the sense of the way you brush them off, they feel that. They feel that energy and they get cold. What's the truth behind this person? Literally, do you know how it flipped? It was like this. This. I don't know. So, like something like this. This is how it went. Yeah, this is an individual who has no emotional depth. They have no depth to themselves at all. They have no depth whatsoever. I'm sorry, I got to say this. I consider this individual very dumb. Like if I would speak to this individual, I would consider them very dumb. Like I would think they were dumb. I would think they have like nothing going on up there. It's like there's no. This is an individual. This is also what it screams. An individual that thinks that they're so fucking intelligent. They use their intellect as if they studied a fucking book. The things that they repeat, it's like if you look close enough, they study it. This is an individual. If this is based on love, let's say with love. If you would date them, you would date their ex-partner. And what I mean by that, you know those individuals that don't have a character of themselves at all. They just copy-paste their partners. And they just, keep to remember, oh yeah, this is what girls like. So they're going to recopy it to the rest of the women that they hang out with, that they try to date. Like out of a sudden now they know like everything about, about zodiac signs, and out of a sudden they know about tarot, and out of a sudden they have like always, let's say, cleaning stuff for women who are getting on a period, for just in case, she's gonna come there and think, oh my gosh, he's so thoughtful. Yet no, this is just trained behavior. There's like no truth behind it. This is just someone who acts like they're so fucking intelligent, acts like they're so kind, act like they're so emotional, yet the only thing they do is the things that they really try to observe from other people that they've been with and know this is something that a woman will like. And this will, gives them access to Gucci, I hear, and give them access to a relationship. And I also kind of have the feeling that this is a very ugly individual. This is an individual you may have thought that they were attractive, but the only thing why they seemed attractive is because they cloaked their ugliness. And what I mean with they cloak their ugliness, this gives me like a I don't want to say monetary spirit, but this gives me a spirit that manipulates, a spirit that it's very good in manipulating the truth to the individual that they see as their next prey. They are very good at lying and making themselves look attractive. Like, this is an individual that you would go with, and in the moment that the cloaking does not work anymore, because there's always this is the thing with this type of energy, there's always a limit to how long the cloak will be in effect, right? This will be the type of individual that you're going to look at yourself and you're going to think by yourself, oh my gosh, this person was absolutely out of my fucking league. Or you're going to think, why did I cry about this person? Like, this is what type of individual it is. If it's love, work, whatever. If it's a company-based thing, is like, you're going to look at the company and you're going to like, if people just know. If people just know what kind of company this is, if people just know what type of people are walking in that company, predators, sex addictions, ex-felons, etc., if people just know, like, eventually the manipulation, the cloak is gone, and you're gonna say, like, ew, like, really, did I try that hard to be able to fit in that brand, within that company, within that community? Ew. If it's a whole community thing, like, ew, is this, like, if it's a friends group, you're gonna think by yourself, wow, did I not see that this friend group is so awful, so evil, so yuck? Because if this is not a one person thing, if you're asking about a group, because I have the feeling that some of you are, this group feels exactly the same. They all feel exactly the same about the way that you block them. And they're so unemotional. They keep thinking that they deserve emotions. It's like, one thing that I also noticed within this reading, I have like problems speaking English. It gets harder. Maybe because I'm now a little bit more tired, but it's like there's something with this group, with this individual, with this person, with this company. They really believe like they are this intellectual, but they're so fucking dumb. They are like really dumb. It sounds harsh, but they are like the behind of a goat. They are literally the behind of the goat. Like, I'm not joking. They're so dumb. I also just get a fog in my brain, and I have problems with putting the right words in the sentences. I now out of a sudden forget a lot of words. This is just someone who thinks because they have a degree that they are smart. Yet they have all the degree in the fucking planet, with all the degree in the world, but they're still the fucking stupidest individual on the planet. And if that would be the last person, let's say it was a man, and they would end up with Eve, God will never even fucking choose them to repeat and to make human beings, because God just knows this is just an awful, dumb individual. And if it's a woman, turn it around. Like, they will not be picked. They will be like, yeah, no. No. This is like a dumb individual. I'm so sorry. This is a dumb individual. If this is someone that you have any ounce of sense of respect from, I'm so sorry that I talk about them in this way. But I just say what I see. So if you have anything good to say about them, maybe this is not your pal, babe. Because what I'm seeing is a child. It's like a 38-year-old who is just fucking 12. It's a 38-year-old that's still a mean girl on that big age. Like, it's a 38-year-old that will steal someone's husband because they're that fucking insecure, like a 12-year-old. Like, this is what it's screaming. So, is there something more? Because I'm about to wrap it up. What's the truth behind the person who suddenly stopped talking to the viewer? Did you see that? Okay, you did not see that, but I see that. Did you feel that? I low-key want to rest my case. I do see this though. Okay, for some, not all, for some. For some, if this was a love connection, even if it's not a love connection, but specifically, I hear specifically if this was a love connection or a job connection. Friendship connection, I'm not really hearing that, but especially if it was a love connection or a like a love connection or a job connection, this is for you. Your singleness is gonna remove itself, okay? It's gonna leave the chat because you're gonna meet someone. You can see them while you travel for work, or while you travel to work, or while you travel to make some money based on a hobby. You can even, meet them while you travel to spend some money. While you travel, this is especially like work, but some it's more money related. Oh my gosh, I got justified again. Because this is 3 of Pentacles, like work. And I said specifically work and love connections. I'm gonna rest my case here. But there may be coming someone who you like, who you're gonna end up marrying, your future husband, for a lot of people that I hear. This is also more calmer energy. I'm not gonna speak about this individual right now because this is not the reading, so I'm gonna end it here. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and bye.